You've mentioned Graham Platner. Let's begin there. He withdrew from the race after his campaign flamed out. But along the way, he really attracted a lot of enthusiasm, generated a lot of enthusiasm among Democratic voters. Offered a lot of plans, a lot of proposals. My question is, and I'll begin with you, Troy Jackson, what is the idea from Graham Platner that you heard that you will use to move forward with your campaign and try to win votes?
Well, I think that's pretty clear. I mean, what Graham talked about is something that I've been fighting for since I got into politics. Healthcare, Medicare for all. I mean, people in this country deserve to have healthcare. We deserve to have people in government that are not giving tax cuts to the ultra wealthy in this country on the backs of healthcare. This is something that I believe strongly in. I fought consistently in the state legislature for. I've tried to pass a whole bunch of bills for prescription drug coverage, making it easier for people. I've certainly supported Maine care expansion. And that's the thing that I think that Graham did the best, was talked about fighting against the healthcare industry and the prescription drug industry to make sure that people in this state and this country had affordable, quality healthcare. Nothing else matters if you don't have a good healthcare.
Nirav Shah.
There are a lot of areas where Graham's policies and mine overlap. One that I think is particularly relevant this week is the need to finally abolish ICE. For anyone who's on the fence about that, let me ask a simple question. How many more people must die at the hands of Donald Trump's masked marauders before we finally agree that now is the time to abolish ICE? Now, rather than abolishing it, what Susan Collins has decided to do in recent years is increase the budget to a staggering $70 billion. That's more than 3 other federal law enforcement agencies combined, the FDA, the DEA, and the U.S. Marshals. But when I was on the ground in Biddeford this week, I didn't hear a single person asking for more tactical gear or snatching more people off the streets. What I heard over and over again was for humanity as we think about recent immigrants to this country. It is far beyond time that for ICE to go because it has proven itself unable to discharge its mission safely. We must abolish ICE and respect the immigration status of so many Mainers here.
Jordan Wood.
Yeah, I declared for the U.S. Senate last April and ran for the U.S. Senate for 6 months and spent several months on the campaign trail with Graham. And when you're the first in, you get to learn from other candidates too. And one thing, I've been very involved in human rights work. I've been protesting the need for Palestinian statehood, a 2-state solution. I care deeply about the people in Gaza. But when I got into this race, I was very hesitant to use the word genocide. To me, when you make that commitment, you have to be ready to go all the way for the need to put conditions on any future aid to Israel. Graham got into this race saying this is genocide. And I learned that it is so important in these moments to draw those moral lines. Voters are looking at you to see what is going on in Gaza, the genocide that Israel is committing, and the need to speak to that. And it's going to be difficult, but it is one thing that I took from Graham that I embrace that position now, but I learned it from him.
Shenna Bellows.
The single idea from Graham Platner that spoke most deeply to me is that he's right. The democracy that we thought we had has been deeply corrupted by those in power in Washington, the billionaires and the massive corporations. But it's a false choice that it should be won, because he energized a movement that's always been there. We don't have to choose. It's about Medicare for all. It's about getting ICE out of Maine. It's about seeing the harm of October 7th and seeing the harm that what Netanyahu is doing in Gaza is genocide. And that we can hold both of those ideas and we can speak the truth, not try to figure out which talking points will win.